Today on ELN Morning.
Strength in numbers, one ELN student inspired to speak out by allies across the nation.
And one neighborhood wakes up to a surprise. We spoke with students who didn't know it was coming.
All that and more.
ELN Morning starts right now.
Good morning and thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Rachel Ellis.
And I'm Megan Lynn. Happening right now is the Call to Honor ceremony in Alumni Gym. The Call to Honor tradition allows campus leaders and faculty to speak to the first year class about the expectations of the Honor Code. Our Amanda Gibson is live at the ceremony. Amanda, what can you tell us?
Good morning. I'm outside Alumni Gym where Call to Honor is currently taking place. This is a mandatory ceremony for first-year students where they will learn ELN's Honor Code. It's an annual fall tradition which was supposed to take place a few weeks ago but was rescheduled today because of Hurricane Florence. President Book and other students will be addressing the freshman class about the 4 principles of the Honor Codes, which include values of honesty, integrity, responsibility, and respect. Lauren Adams, the freshman class president, will be giving a speech during today's ceremony talking about these values. I spoke with Adams yesterday about what these values specifically mean to her and how she plans to incorporate them into her leadership.
It's also very important because we teach other people and there's always someone watching, and whether or not you know it, there's someone who's looking to you for advice or leadership or even mentorship, and just being our best selves and putting our best foot forward is really important to me, and that's something that I hope to embody as first year class president.
In addition to her speech about the Honor Code, Adams will be introducing other first-year class officers that she will be working with this year. As first-year students leave this building, they will be asked to sign the Honor Pledge agreeing to uphold this code, and each student will be given a coin just like this to remind them of the code. The pledge encourages students to act with honesty, integrity, responsibility, and respect in their everyday lives. You can see the Honor Code and pledge in classrooms and buildings all across campus as a reminder to stand by their promise. Outside Alumni Gym, I'm Amanda Gibson. Rachel and Megan, back to you guys.
Thanks, Amanda. For full coverage of Call to Honor, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
The Me Too and Time's Up movements made headlines over the past year. Today, sexual misconduct allegations against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh fueled the conversation once again. I spoke to one ELN student who finds strengths in numbers and allies to share her story.
I had began talking to a student online, and he told me his name and sent me pictures, and it turns out that the pictures and the name belong to a different ELN student.
Senior Shay Friedman began a relationship with a male online during her sophomore year at ELN. After a few weeks of sending intimate messages, it became clear the person on the other end of the conversation was not who he said he was.
I received the number of the person who he had pretended to be. I called him and he said, "I have no idea who you are." And I think that was probably one of the most gut-wrenching moments.
This gut-wrenching moment spiraled into months of crippling anxiety, knowing there was another student on campus who she says sexually exploited her. According to Title IX statute, sexual exploitation occurs when a person takes non-consensual, unjust, or abusive advantage for his or her own advantage or benefit. Title IX ensures fair treatment for sexual harassment victims under federal law.
It's hard to put into words because it's just this feeling of not being safe in a place where you're supposed to be so safe.
After her sophomore year, she decided to take her case to ELN Title IX coordinator Mike Nadusky. Due to privacy statutes under Title IX, Nadusky is unable to comment on the case. But for Friedman, the support of the ELN community made it easier to get out of bed in the morning, something that had become difficult.
I'm an introvert. My room has always been my safe space, but there becomes a point where it's healthy and not healthy.
While the trauma has been a distraction for years now, it wasn't until recently that she was ready to speak out.
Do you think you would have talked about this on camera 2 years ago?
Probably not.
What do you think it is now that you're able to?
I think it's knowing, like I said before, knowing that you don't have to go through the worst thing in the world to have a valid experience.
For the full story, check out our website, elonnewsnetwork.com. In 2 weeks from today is President Connie Book's inauguration. Book is the 9th president at ELN. This is the first inauguration since President Emeritus Leo Lambers in 1999. The ceremony starts at 3 p.m. in Shore Center, but our coverage will begin at 10 a.m. We will have pre-inauguration stories, including a look at past inaugurations and President Book's future plans. Be sure to tune in to our special live broadcast leading up to the inauguration at 2:45 and continuing coverage through the ceremony.
Money might influence how some students participate in their religious organizations. Religious groups like InterVarsity and Hillel are considered recognized student organizations and receive some of their funding from the student activities budget, which is given by the Student Government Association. The rest of the funding come from outside ministries. But Assistant Chaplain Joel Harder says that religious organizations are now either going to be recognized as student organizations or solely funded by off-campus ministries.
There's no way the university could afford as large a team of folks we have who are willing to sort of care for students, in this way.
And while the organizations that make this switch will lose money, Harder says it might only be around 2 to 3% of their budget. But Harder says that allowing students this space to practice their faith is invaluable.
They want to live lives that are of meaning. They want to make a difference in the world. They don't all talk about it in the same way. I mean, for some that connects to religion, for some it doesn't, for some it's spirituality, for some it's not.
This switch will go into full effect next year.
Next time you walk through the Global neighborhood, you may see a few changes. Our Samantha Casamento has more.
Shocked when their residence halls abruptly changed names.
Really?
Over the summer, ELN trustees agreed to name 3 residence halls in the Global neighborhood in honor of Emeriti faculty and staff members Russell Gill, Smith Jackson, and Nan Perkins. On Tuesday afternoon, it was made official with 3 new signs outside each building. Alex Macrossi, a Global B, now Gill resident, wasn't expecting the change and compared it to the Colonnades Clohan Dining Hall change ELN experienced last year.
Most people still call it Nades. It's slowly starting to catch on. Maybe like in a year or 2, everyone will be calling it Gill.
While students may not have known about the change, the Global neighborhood resident advisors knew it was coming. But if it weren't for her residents, Global D, now called Perkins, RA Laura Welch would not have realized.
A lot of them came up to me saying, it changed, and I didn't even notice till they pointed it out.
According to Welch, Global B, C, and D were selected to be named because they have 4 floors, compared to A and E, which have just 3. She thinks the new names are a good way to honor faculty and staff who have served the university.
I think it's not taking anything away, but adding. It's sort of an addition, not a subtraction.
With Global B now known as Gill Residence Hall, Global C as Jackson Residence Hall, and Global D as Perkins Residence Hall, Welch hopes students continue to feel the sense of community in their buildings, despite the name change. Samantha Casamento, ELN Morning.
The dedication ceremony will take place on Tuesday, October 9th at 4 p.m. on the Global Commons Quad, followed by a reception.
And coming up, students celebrate Pride on campus for the first time.
How are we doing on time?
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education. What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Rachel is much as I love fall weather, I've got to say it was really nice seeing everyone at the food trucks out in their t-shirts and shorts. I'm hanging on to the summer weather.
The ice cream cones, the slushies, I'm holding on to summer as well. And our Courtney Weiner is live on Citroen Plaza with a Phoenix 5-day forecast. Courtney?
Well, it is a beautiful day outside right now. There's no clouds in the sky, and that should continue throughout the day. We're going to see a high of 89 degrees. Looking into the next few days tomorrow, the sun should continue. We'll have a high of 87, but the weekend we might see some rain. Lots of clouds in the sky with highs in the low 80s, but that should change going into Monday and Tuesday. We're going to see a high of 83 and 80 with partly cloudy skies. So you might want to take your rain jacket out for the weekend, but you can put it away for the beginning of next week. Live on Citroen Plaza, I'm Courtney Weiner. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Courtney. National Coming Out Day is next Thursday. But here at ELN, the Gender and LGBTQIA Center began festivities early with its first Pride celebration. For the third consecutive year, ELN ranks #1 for Campus Pride in both the South and North Carolina, according to the Campus Pride Index. However, ELN has never had a Pride celebration. GLC student assistant Jubitsa Figueroa says it's important to have this event on campus.
When other Prides are coming up, the months that it's usually happening throughout the country. And so with this, people have no other option but to walk past and to see all the colors, to hear the music and see pelicans. And so the idea was to bring pride to the people.
Figueroa says spaces like these allow students to have a visible representation on campus.
It makes me so happy to see that everyone just comes out and reunites around just loving each other. And I think that's what it ultimately comes down to, is just loving each other for who you are and however you identify. And so events like this just warm our hearts.
Today, the GLC is hosting a training for faculty and staff, teaching tips on how to be an ally for people who identify as LGBTQIA. The training will be in upstairs Mosley at 12:15.
And coming up after the break, Sierra Graves and Lily Hain join us in the studio with their new track. Stay tuned.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
We're joined by Sierra Graves and Lily Hain. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
So what are you going to be singing for us today?
Take it away. It's called Silver Lining. We made it this summer. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we can't wait to hear it. Before we let you sing us out, we just want to thank you for joining us.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
And be sure to follow us on all our social media at Elon News Network.
Have a great day, Elon. Sierra and Lily, play it out.
We'll do it.
But I can stand the sound, so I roll my windows down. I get caught up on the bad effing and the dreams I've had since I was 10. But I'm older now and I don't have time to waste. While you keep driving, I'll keep vibing. Watch the sun on the horizon while you keep driving. I'll keep vibing, 'cause I think I found the silver lining.
ENN.